Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Sorry about all the mowing that's going on right now. It's just every time I try to film a video, somebody's got to whip out their weed whacker and their lawnmower. Anyway, today I'm going to be doing a little meal prep with me video, and I'm going to be talking you guys through kind of how I meal prep during the week and how I make it like really sustainable for me, because I'm not somebody who's ever really meal prepped like everything all at once. I don't like having tons and tons of prep food in the fridge. It's just overwhelming to me. And I just kind of do it as I go throughout the week, and I do it in like kind of a different way. So I just wanted to explain that to you guys and just show you my meals this week and what I'm eating and like how I prep all of that and make it just really, really simple and really sustainable. So that is what I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. And I also have a delicious new recipe for you guys. I have two. One of them you guys might have tried before, but I have some great recipes in this video as well. And the last thing I want to say before I jump in is we are starting a Eat Your Veg challenge in the Transformation Tribe this Tuesday. Yes, it's Sunday. So on Tuesday, July 1st, we will be starting a Eat Your Veg challenge. If you guys have never done that before, it's where you do like the 50-50 plate for all of your meals, and it can be like 50%, vegetables or 50% fruit. So like if you were having a sweet meal, you could do like half oatmeal, half fruit, or you could do like half potatoes and half veggies. And it's just a really great way to learn more about calorie density, but also like start your weight loss if you're kind of in a little area where you've just been stalled for a while, or it's just really easy way to get in a lot of fiber and to just eat more filling meals and feel more energetic, more vibrant, get your digestion going, kind of heal yourself a little bit. It's just, you're getting in tons and tons of fruits and vegetables. So we will be starting that in the Transformation Tribe on July 1st. Again, the Transformation Tribe is my private coaching group that I have for you guys. It is less than $6 a month. Come join us. It is the best supportive group of women that are just crushing their goals. Like, we post every single day in there. I post every single day, show you guys what I'm up to, what I'm eating, my habits, my exercise, all of that kind of stuff. I post lots of other things in there, and it's just so amazing to see people sticking to their habits, crushing their goals, eating healthy. I get so many meal ideas in there and just like great ideas. I started running because so many of the women in there were running, and I was like, I can do this. I started weight training again since like very consistently since being in there. That was one of my goals. And it's just so nice to have a supportive group of women who are on their health and fitness journey, who are lifting you up and supporting you and cheering you on the entire way. And a lot of us just don't have that in our everyday life. So if you want to join us, come join us. I will put the link down below. But let's jump into the recipes for this week and show you guys how I do all of my meal prep, and let's do it. So I basically have like a little Sunday meal prep routine that I do every week, because we go to the farmer's market on Sunday and I always end up getting a ton of fresh fruit. So I always chop that up, and then I'll just have that in the fridge for the week. It could be like grapes or watermelons or mango. I like to make these little fruit salads a lot of the time and just keep them in the fridge. If I have fruit on hand that is washed and ready to go, it is the first thing that I will reach for. So that's what I always do. And then the other thing that I do on Sunday without fail is I juice whatever I have left for the week before. That could be like celery or greens or like older cucumbers that I just aren't fresh enough to use in something. I will always just use up what I have before I buy new stuff at the market. And I kind of go through all of that before I go to the market, and I will take notes and put that into my little grocery app and make sure that I have the things that I need for that week. Another thing that I like to do is I will make a kind of list of things that I want to eat that week, so that I have a mental idea of what to get at the grocery store. So say I want to make this week hash brown hot dish and I want to make a soup, I will just make sure that I have those ingredients on hand. And then I also meal prepped my high protein cracker recipe for this week, because I've been really obsessed with these lately and I love eating them with avocado and hummus. But I'll always prepare something else on Sunday that's either like a bliss ball or cornbread, or just something that's kind of like snacky that I can have that's still healthy, that doesn't keep me reaching for junk food. So I prepared these. I will also link all of the recipes in this video down below for you guys so you can try them out if you want to. But I love to prepare anything that's like a snack food. I don't go to like lengths to, put all of my smoothie ingredients into little containers, or even putting like all of my salad or lunches together. I just don't like to do that. I have 2 or 3 minutes every day to like put together the actual meal. I just like preparing the components of meals, and that is what makes things super simple for me and just makes everything so much faster. So for example, this week for lunches for work, I wanted to make my layered pesto bowls. So I prepared the quinoa on Sunday, and I just made sure that I made enough for every day that I had to go to work this week, because if I'm at home and I have time, I usually don't want to have something that I like meal prepped or had 4 other times this week. Like I'll make something different, which I usually had sushi rolls during this week, which I'll show you also how I kind of make those easier. But like I said, I like to prepare the components. So I made a bunch of roasted broccoli for the bowls, and the bowls that I'm making are like a little bit different than the one that I have on my website that I'll link for you guys. I use tofu instead of potatoes. But another thing is, when I made the sauce for this, I made like 5 times the amount. So I like to make sure that I have sauces and things in my freezer. So like this week I took out my cheese sauce, and then I have the pesto sauce here for my bowls. And I always like to make sure that I have a block of tofu pressed for the week, no matter what, because I'm always craving tofu and it's so easy to add to things. And then for the lunches that I kind of just threw together when I was at home were mainly these big sushi burritos. And I want to show you guys how I prep these. I've been basically making them like this for I don't even know how long, but I don't think that I've showed you guys how to make or how I make these in a while. And one of the ladies in the transformation tribe was asking how to roll them. So I'm going to give you guys my tips. So the first thing is, you want to make sure when you are rolling a sushi roll or a sushi burrito that your rice is cooled. I season mine with a tiny bit of rice vinegar, and it just gives it a bit more flavor. But you just want to make sure that it is cooled, because if it is not, it will easily rip the sushi wrapper or the sushi paper, and that's how you get holes in it. But every time I make these, I will julienne an entire cucumber, and you want to leave the seeds out because they're super watery. And then I will also julienne probably 3 or 4 carrots, so that the next time that I want to make it, I can just throw it together and I don't have to prep any of the veggies. So I will just put on my avocado, put on as many of my julienned veggies as I want, and then I really pile on the spring greens on these, because it's really like a big salad roll. If you are new to rolling these though, I would recommend maybe just trying it with a little bit of greens first until you get your rolling method down. But I just put what I want in the middle, I wet the end of it, and then I just kind of like shove it all together and squeeze it together and then just roll it. And you want to have it sit on the end that it's sealed on, the end that you got wet. You want to let it sit on that end for a few minutes so that it really just glues it together. I'll add a link to my sriracha sweet potato tempura sushi below for another kind for you guys to try, but I just eat these just about every day with a little bit of wasabi and soy sauce, and it's just so good. And then for my first dinner of the week that I meal prepped, I made my hash brown hot dish. This makes about 4 servings, and I put mushrooms in it so my husband wouldn't eat it. But it was something that I was craving because someone was posting that they made it in the transformation tribe, and I was just like, I need to make this immediately. So my cooking method is also very lazy. Like you can see here, I don't want to dirty another dish if I don't have to. So I just kind of mixed everything in this one pot. So I just put all of it together, and then I put some aluminum foil over top and just baked it in the oven. And I had this for dinner for 3 nights this week, and it was super filling. And this is just kind of how I count on making meals for myself. If I know it's something that my husband won't eat, he'll eat like pasta, or he'll make rice with his like coconut curry sauce or whatever. He actually did eat this soup that I made. I made this new recipe. It's this gnocchi soup, and I'll leave the link down below for you guys. I just put it on my website. Another thing that I really like to do is whenever I prepare or chop up veggies, I will just chop up a ton of them and freeze them. I'm really picky about certain things being fresh. Like I need broccoli or like asparagus or like vegetables that I was gonna eat, say I just steam them or something, or I air fry them, those I can't really eat from frozen. But if I'm, you know, using celery or onions or carrots in a soup, I just always freeze that stuff extra because it's just so much easier to not have to chop up all this stuff every time, right? So I added all of my ingredients into this soup. This took me like 10 minutes to make this soup. It's just so easy, and it made a ton of servings. I think it makes 6 or 8 servings, and you can have it with a little piece of sourdough bread or whatever you want. It is so delicious. It's more delicious when it's a little bit cooler, because once it cools that first time, there's all this resistant starch and it gets nice and like thick and creamy, and it's chef's kiss. But like I said, I will leave all of the recipes down below for you guys. I just wanted to show you how I prepare for the week, and I would just repeat the same exact thing over again. I would chop up more fruit when you know, I run out, more snacks when I run out. I'd make another little meal prep lunch or something quick to grab, and then just make dinners as I go throughout the week as I need them. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know if you try any of these recipes, and let me know if this was helpful for you. I'd love to make more of these videos. This was so fun to make. And if you guys want to join the Eat Your Veg Challenge for July and be in the Transformation Tribe for the rest of the year, come join us. We would be so happy to have you in there, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.